I'll give you a company within 2 to 3 days, fully registered company. So we are really qualified team. Yeah, what a lawyer cannot do you out there, with us we'll do you within 2 to 3 days, and it is above board.
Meet Enos Mori, a company registration expert who only takes 2 days to fully register your company. He is the CEO of Enolix Group of Companies with 13 years experience in tax and foreign investment consultancy services. Enos debunked something to me that you don't need any qualifications whatsoever to open a company in Kenya.
Now, I want to tell you earlier again, there is nobody who is called a contractor. Even a class 1 dropout can register a construction company.
His offices are based in Westlands, Nairobi. He is also a CPA, BCom from MUST, Masina Muliro University, and currently finalizing his masters at Kesra. So join us to the very end as we learn everything about tax, company registration, and foreign investment on this channel. And from the many social media platforms, which one has been your favorite lately? Is it TikTok?
TikTok, bwana.
Why TikTok?
You know, TikTok even...
Hello viewer, how you doing? Welcome to Trupublicity SHOW, and I'm your host Elkins, your marketing guy. And I'm so happy that you found some time to actually return to this amazing channel where we talk to business owners, entrepreneurs, creators about their journeys, how they're building their brand, and so many other things. So today I'm in Westland and I'm talking to Enolix Consultants CEO. He's gonna be telling us so amazing things about, opening your company, the company registration, things to do with maybe National Construction Authority, things to do with tax, these hard things that you find yourself, looking for, beating yourself, unapata stress mingi juu story. He's gonna be debunking all the myth, mambo yote kabisa hapa. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and make sure you tell me in the comment section, where are you watching me from? Have you registered your company? And what are you waiting for? So without further ado, tuingie ndani mara moja. Ama vipi?
Thank you, Eli. Welcome to Enolix.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
I appreciate a lot.
No, una furaha sana bwana.
Yeah, it's a good time to have you, so that at least we can share some ideas which are really helpful out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So first of all, today is on a very amazing Saturday morning. Yeah, you seem to be. Do you work on Saturdays?
Yes, I work every time. Actually, I don't have any specific time when I work, but you may even find me in office on Sundays. For example, if a tax filing date falls on a Sunday, like 20th of every month, then I'll have to be here so that I file return for my clients. Yeah, because you see, if you don't file, the penalties are there. So my work is dictated by the prevailing deadlines and what I have on my entry. Yes.
Because I'm seeing you've woken up very early in the morning. We found you already in the office, and it is not easy for people who are doing business. So first of all, why did you choose being in Kipro? This is Westlands, first of all.
So largely because, one thing I know, and I appreciate God for that, I have my clients all over the country.
Yes.
But then I wanted a place where at least, have some clients who cannot go to town. Maybe mtu anatoka huko anakopa tao, blah blah blah. So I was just trying to settle on a central place because largely we have also been in Kilimani for the longest time, for the last 5 years. Then we have a branch at Laiboni Center, but now we chose here because, can't you see it's a bigger office? We have a lawyer here, our accountants here, and we are also here helping people. So I chose Westland because by and large, I think it's more central. Yes.
That's amazing, because also the buildings, my lord, is really looking amazing. So first of all, what inspired you to start your business? And maybe in this particular services about tax and kadhalika, what inspired you to start this kind of business?
Eli, I want to tell you one thing, that after I cleared my university, I've never been employed anyway. but I've been in the field. So I've been mastering the gaps. You see, I can tell you, when I cleared my Form 4, I scored A. I was the best boy in the district where I did my Form 4. When I went to the university, I was the first guy to clear CPA at the university, Masinde Muliro. So I cleared my CPA in 2009. And then also I went ahead and did my master's, and I'm now clearing my, I did my MBA, I'm now clearing my master's with KESRA, Kenya School of Revenue Administration. So that tells you that I've really learned about the gaps. And what really motivated me of late is the youth. That they have skills. They really have skills, but now they don't know where to start. All these largely goes through company registration, tax, and any advice on any investment that they can tap on. That is why I'm here. And the way people also have a lot of misinformation about tax and company registration, that is where I'm here to fix those issues for them. Yes.
So if I may kindly ask, what are some of these issues, or maybe what are some of these services that your company helps with people on a daily basis?
The portfolio of our services are majorly divided into three. One, let me pick it from the point of somebody having his ID number, and you want a company. We come in handy. We help people register companies. It's a whole lot of things, because first of all, we advise you on the best company you can settle on. We advise you on the best company name that really suits what you want to do. We advise you on the objectives of the company. We advise you on the shareholding of the company. We advise whether you should go it alone or as a group. We advise on tax issues, the tax implications of each and every company. And then after that, we can get you AGPO. If you are youth, if you are a woman, or people with disability, we can do you company profile. We can do you company logo, company letterhead. We do you e-teams. We register you e-teams so that you can tender out here. We do tender response, because we have tender links, so we share with you. If you are interested, then we jump in and help you respond to the tender. Then on that company, we also advise you on tax issues. We tell you about the deadlines and the obligations which are there for you. Two, we also do things like our main other business is foreign investment advisory. There are so many foreigners who want to invest in Kenya. They don't know where to start. They come here, then they're being lied to by a few guys here and there. And then, because ultimately, or when somebody wants to invest in Kenya, the first step is to even open bank account. Because you cannot trade in Kenya and you don't even have bank account. So there are a lot of restrictions when it comes to foreigners, when they want to invest in Kenya, side by side, or when they want to even open bank accounts, and also when we want to do things like importation and exportation. We attend trainings, and we are really well informed about how a foreigner can come into Kenya and tap on the key lucrative investment opportunities in Kenya. That is what we do to the foreigners. Now, the other thing we do is just related services facilitation. Like somebody wants to be a contractor, we'll help you register NCA. We attend trainings with them, and we know how to do documentation. So something that may take you like 4 or 5 months, we can do for you within 1 week. Because we know the documentation and what they want. And that is what we'll ask you. Then we fine tune it in a good way, to the extent that you don't wait for long until you get the result.
So if you're just joining us right now, we are on the amazing episode. We are talking to Enolix, and now we have one of the amazing people he's working with here, and he'll tell us his name, what he does over here, and the amazing things they are doing to people. So what is your name, my friend?
Hi, Ellie.
Yes.
My name is Brian Omondi.
Yes.
I've been a part of Enolix for 8 years now. Yeah. If you call Enolix, once in a while you'll always get me telling you, Brace Brian from Enolix. We'll help you with company registration, give you the requirements here and there, tax issues. I'm the one, apart from Enos, I'm the one who also helps the clients. Yeah.
Now, I'm told that you're one of the specialists when it comes to holding companies, group of companies, that Enos usually trusts you to handle some few things here and there. Tell me more about it if you don't mind kindly.
Yes, okay. Enos entrusts me in a lot of registration and tax issues.
Yes.
But most recently, we have had issues in holding companies. Like, what is a holding companies?
Yes.
Like, I have 2-3 companies offering different services. Maybe cleaning services, one does construction, another does general supplies, and you want all those companies to be one. Like you want them to be unified. Yeah, that's what we call holding companies. So you can, for example, you can use Enolix. We call Enolix group of companies. You see, we have registered. We do supplies. We do cleaning. We do tax. We do So holding company just means having numerous companies, but all those companies you can put them under one company through shareholding. So a company can be a shareholder, by the way. A company can be a director and a shareholder. So once you register that group of companies, so all those shareholders and directors of that companies are your own subsidiaries companies. Yes.
So what you mean is that, for example, if I have company A, company B, company C, company D, I can have all these companies of mine under one umbrella called group of companies. My lord. Oh, my lord.
yeah. And it has its own benefits because, that group of companies have its own PIN, tax compliance, bank account. But you see, all these companies are owned by your subsidiary companies.
My friend, if you're just viewing me, some of the examples of group of companies are names like, for example, Samia group of companies. Name others.
The Twiga group of companies. Yeah.
My lord, this is international status. So these things happen right here. So previously, you've worked with very many companies, setting up such companies. What are some of the challenges and how did you overcome them, if I may kindly ask?
Challenges we have experienced when registering companies, maybe mostly it comes with foreigners, registering foreigners. As my partner was talking about, you have a foreigner who has a passport but getting the details of a foreigner, or maybe transferring shares to a foreigner. Maybe a foreigner is in Kenya, doesn't want to transfer shares here and there. You see, those are some of the challenges we experience. But when it comes to Kenyan directors, I think we have overcome most of them. We don't have challenges there at the moment. Yes.
So you said you've been here for 8 years. Quickly, what is your previous university? If you've been here for 8 years, when did you come from out of university? Because you look so young, my friend. Hello. And maybe, does university education guarantee you to work in such places?
Yeah. Okay. Enos got me when I was at the Multimedia University of Kenya. It took me around 2016. Yeah, it was 2016, around August there, when we started working together. I started as an errand boy, but I was so focused on knowing what is this company. I was so interested. He was the one who guided me from university up to when I cleared my Multimedia University. Went, did CPA. Did Kestra. I'm a graduate of. I have a postgraduate degree at Kestra in tax. Yeah. You see. So with that, I have vast knowledge, but most importantly, I have experience. Yeah. If you entrust me with any activity, there's nothing that I've not done when it comes to company registration. I think I've registered over 1,000 companies by now. Wow. Yeah.
Over 1,000 companies. Yes.
Actually, Ellie, me, what I do here, I just oversee everything. Any company registration, anything, filing tax returns, he has that registered in his office. His office is here. So he knows the dates, he knows what clients wants to file what return. Once I get, my number is just for contacts. Then, before we deliver the work to any client.
Now, when it comes to clients, because we are talking about clients, I'm assuming there are so many ways you use to attract clients, to make them understand that you're the right person for this job, because these services are so serious that you can't entrust anyone just to handle them, haphazardly. So what are some of the marketing strategies you employ to maybe attract people? For example, do you use paid advertising? Are you on social media? Hello, how do you go about it?
No, mostly we are a bit old in the market. We've been there for the last 12 years. So largely we depend on the referrals, but also of late my marketing team here have really engaged a lot on online marketing and social media marketing and digital marketing. So you can't know what aspect of marketing really brings money home or clients home, but once you actually widen your net, at least you get something. But I can tell you, referral, even have so many MPs who are my clients here. I even keep their records here.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been big guys here there because they know our quality and they know what we do. Then we also thrive a lot on the referrals. Yeah, it is really helping us. Because of late, I told this thing that I thought about the Gen Z, the young people.
Yes.
We came up with an idea that for us to help them even register the companies, they don't have to come to Nairobi physically. Somebody is in Lamu and wants a company. Why do you want to force him to come to Nairobi? Even the fare he's going to use can even be half that he's going to use to register the company. So once we enter into some nice agreement, we deliver. Once we deliver, because it takes just 2 to 3 days, we deliver, then you give your company. And then if there's any cut that we charge, you pay us our cut through our tail number. This has really earned us a lot of referrals because people trust us because these guys can simplify this thing like this. So those are the areas where we hit so that at least we widen our market.
So if I can get you clearly, your word of mouth is so strong because of the services you offer, and you've given an example. Someone, whoever they are, Bungoma, Kisumu, sijui Kakamega, hata kwa hiyo shamba yako pale, they can call you and you set up the process for them without them traveling to Nairobi. And now that has increased the word of mouth. Are you on social media like TikTok? Because I've seen you so much on TikTok, and the things you're saying there are so amazing. You've said something about the Gen Z. How do you interact with the Gen Z, first of all, on TikTok?
Let me tell you something that I always laugh about.
Yes.
So many people call me, what do they ask me?
Yes.
Hey bro, unaongea kama unanijua bwana. Umeniongelesha. I've been a contractor here. Sina kampuni. I advise them, bwana, in this world, you never know when you may exit.
Yes.
And that idea that you have, can you capitalize on it? Can you make it official? So that it will give even that confidence to go look for big jobs. That I have a company, I have a tax compliance. Yeah, so that is why I encourage them. Before you think of money or even you being conned, just look at my content, how I talk, and just look at our terms. I'll really impress you because they deliver within the timelines stipulated.
So do you believe that CEOs in this day and age should be on social media using their face? And why are they hiding? What can you tell them? Because since you started being on social media, my lord, you've become a celebrity.
I've become a celeb, eh?
People tell you that I saw you on TikTok, and that is a plus already.
The population structure of Kenya has more youth than anybody else. Youth are in social media. Me, I'm not youth myself. I think I'm past youth. But let me tell you, when you want to tap on the youth, these youths are on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. They will see what you sell. Then they'll even inform their old fathers who are not on TikTok, on Twitter. They
Take action and maybe finance.
Hey, ma'am, kuna kitu nimeona hapa. Hii ni poa. Actually, I got a scenario where in one household, 3 people contacted me differently. That was in Busia. The guy contacted me. The father contacted him and talked to me and shared with me his number. The guy contacted me, and the mom also contacted me and shared me the husband's number. I was wondering, in this household, these people need this thing like hell. And they ended up having company, each one of them. So social media is the way to go because then the huge chunk of Kenyans are youth. And they are really outgoing. And it spreads like a bushfire when you sell a good idea or when you blend it, when you lace it with honesty and competence and professionalism. Yes.
So So something else I've also realized is that, gender ratio is very important. And as you can see on your screen, there's a very beautiful lady just smiling at you, my lord. My lord. What is your name?
My name is Gertrude Mutano.
Yes. Maybe could you please, maybe you facing the camera so that, oh my lord, so they can see you kidogo. Yes. So what is your name again?
My name is Gertrude Mutano.
Yes.
Yes.
And what do you do here at Enolix,
Actually, I'm the secretary of the company.
Yes.
If you don't find my CEO, Mr. Enos,
Yes.
if you don't find Brian,
Yes.
you'll find me here.
Ah.
And I'll help you with whatever you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
So does talking be katikati ya mapua being part of the requirements? Unaongea kama mzungu. Hello.
It's because you're learned.
You can't do tax without being learned or what?
Yeah, of course.
What is your tax background? Do you have any experience in working in tax before? If I may kindly ask, if you don't mind telling us.
Yes. I've been working for years now.
Yes.
And then we provide you quality service for your iTax, the compliance certificate and everything. Yeah.
So someone should not just be seeing you as a beautiful lady, just smiling all over the place.
Yes.
You know exactly how to structure a company. You're not just like all those other ladies wanasema tu we mambo yako wayocha mambo yako. You know exactly what you can do for the society, right? So can you advise a lady who's sitting at home? They have so many amazing ideas in their heads. Maybe atakuwa na pesa kidogo hapa na pale, but they have never considered opening a company. What can you tell such people?
Oh.
Especially pia wako na chama, wanapata pesa kwa chama, wanakula kweli kweli, wanasema my money is my money, my man's money is ours. Yes.
They should come to Enolix. We'll help you register a company with us.
So quickly, as we finish off, what is your one main important thing you can tell them that can benefit them by opening their company? How do they benefit by opening their own company? Do they become their own boss? Besides becoming their own boss?
Yeah, you get tax benefits also.
Yeah. So thank you very much if you just been watching us. Tuko hapa Enolix and madam usihepe kidogo. Dogo najua hajazoea sana mambo ya lighting na kadhalika. She says she's just a secretary, but she's more than a secretary because she understands the knowledge ya money, tax na kadhalika. So if you're watching us from home also and you have so many questions, make sure you tell us in the comment section. Ask her the specific questions she can actually answer you, and also if you have concerns, about foreign investment, about mambo ya NCA, AGPO, and all these amazing things, you can always reach out to us. So I want you to give us one last thing. For example, if you're in a campus, demo wa campus, akikula happy yake, akifikiria kuandikwa, nini ingine afaa afanye akisongea?
You come to Enolix. We are located in Westlands and we'll help you open a company. Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you've learned so many things from here. Your name again, jina yako mara mwisho hujaipata?
Gertrude Mutano.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unapatikana TikTok?
Yes, Enolix.
Okay. Sawa, asante sana. Make sure you go to social media, check out Enolix, and also thank you very much for your time. Kama wana to watch up to this point. So now I also saw you deal with the NCA registration, huh? So what is NCA registration critical? Why is it so critical for contractors? Okay. And also, how do you simplify this process for them? Because you just mentioned that you can never do any construction in this country without NCA certification, right?
Now, NCA stands for National Construction Authority. It is the sole body which controls any kind of engineering works, mechanical, road, water, electricals, and buildings. Now, there's a few issues I want people to learn about NCA. NCA depends on the kind of class and category you want to go for. Depends on the job that you want to do. If I want to do a building work, you go for buildings certificate. But how much? Like NCA runs from NCA 1 to NCA 8. Those are the classes. NCA 8 can do up to around 7-6 million worth of a job. You are building a job, 4 million, go for NCA 8. NCA 7 is stronger than NCA 8, can do up to around 15 million. It runs like that up to NCA 1. NCA 1 can do unlimited amount of job. NCA 1 can even do 2 billion. You can even take a super highway with NCA 1. Each, now, I was trying to tell you, NCA, if you want to do NCA, then there are questions I will ask you. Do you want to do road works? Do you want to do water works? Do you want to do building works? Do you want to do mechanical works or electrical works? 2, I will ask you, what quantity of job do you want to handle? In terms of what amount of job do you want to handle? If you want to do a job of maybe 100 million, I will advise you go for NCA 3. If you want to do a job around 2 million, well, go for NCA 8. But then, is it a building job? You go for building. Is it an electrical job? You go for electrical. So NCA contractor registration requires key documents like business permit, CVs of the shareholders, CR12, valid tax compliance, and certificate of incorporation. So CVs, we can organize for that. So majorly what you need from our clients, just certificate of incorporation, CR12, and tax compliance. Yes.
I see. That's amazing. So are there any recent changes in NCA regulations that maybe contractors should know lately that they need to abide by? Because it seems to be very, very crucial.
No, in the contemporary life, there is no major changes that have occurred, but what contractors should know, which most of them don't actually know, is the regulations around training and renewal. You cannot renew NCA before you go for any training. Yeah, you must attend one of their trainings within the past 1 year is when you can renew. So we also help our clients to attend that. I know most of them don't know the training dates and even how to apply. So we help them to do that.
Please elaborate about trainings, because if there's someone out there watching you for the very first time, they've never heard about training. There's so much speculation. So what is this training? Is it examinable? What are these trainings? Are they workshops? Where are we going? Hello.
Now, if you check well, NCA has really become really accommodative of late to the effect that they organize trainings for their contractors across the country. You'll even realize as we talk now, NCA has a training in Isiolo. So what they do, you are a building contractor. They just have their own engineers, their own staff there. They will train you on, or if you're a contractor, there is contemporary issues even about construction. So they keep them abreast with the new changes in construction. So for them to know that you've attended the training, there's a form you sign and you write the name of the company and you pay a fee, which is always 5K. So once they get back to the offices, they put that registration, they mark that registration against your company name, so that when you start to renew, it will be allowed to be renewed because you had attended training on behalf of that company. So if you want to know the trainings which are there, you can log into NCA portal. They are there. They are all over the country. And then they are dated like 1 week apart. They can be in Kisumu today, tomorrow they're in Mombasa. But their trainings are so nice, so updated. It really takes care of the contemporary issues in the training and the entire engineering field. Yes. What I do is to ensure quality, but the nitty-gritties is done by him. He's a qualified tax guy, and then he's also very experienced when it comes to company registration. You want to remove a shareholder from a company, that is his forte. You want to add somebody from a company, he has a knack on that. So I can tell you, we are really qualified team. Yeah, what a lawyer cannot do you out there, with us will do you within 2 to 3 days, and it is above board. Yeah.
So since you've been involved in also having these squabbles, because I'm told you can add someone, remove someone on a company. As young people, we usually have those problems ya kukosana after a few months. What can you tell these people when you create companies together as young people, either, young couples, young friends from Ushago, and then within a week, everything is in shambles. Can you advise them quickly, haraka?
Okay. When registering a company, maybe we as young guys, you've come together, we have a very good idea we want to do, but along the way the idea goes down, you see, or maybe one of the director or shareholders doesn't cooperate when it comes to what you have in mind, you see. If you come to Enolix, we will help you. In fact, I've been doing that for the last 5 years. Yeah. In fact, that is my expertise when it comes to change of directors and redistribution of shares into the company. Yeah, where even if you want to transfer any amount of shares, increment of shares, reduction of shareholding, even restructuring of nominal capital in a company, I can help you do that. And it's just 1 or 2 days. Yes.
So first of all, tukikosana kwa kampuni, and there's something I want to do in my mind. What is that one thing I should never ever do as the main director? Is there something like a main director, someone who's calling all the shots? Or maybe because you are in a company with other people, but you're not happy with whatever they're doing. What is that one thing you should never ever do?
Issue out shares. In a company, there's a director, there's a shareholder, and there's a director shareholder. Those are 3 different positions. Yes. Most people don't know that. If you are a director shareholder, you are basically the owner of the company, and the director is just your employee. You're getting me? The director is just an employee. So if you want to incorporate someone, maybe the person wants to do some investment, and you don't want him to have future control over the company, you can just put him as a director, and you can remove him at will, him or her. You can remove them at will.
You can impeach him anytime.
Yeah, and that one is so easy to do. But the moment you issue even 1 share, that person is the owner of that company, and you can never do anything. You can never do anything. And there's one thing about this email address, when you issue shares and you want to remove, maybe someone wants to resign from a company. The BRS always communicate through the email address. More importantly is the email address. But if you cannot access that email address, you will have to go in person for that resignation at the BRS. We also assist in that. But let me tell you one thing.
Yes.
Removing a person from a company is not easy. Like those fraudulent resignation people do, I see here and there. That is not easy. Yeah, it's not very easy. That person must be informed. But the moment you give someone even 1 share, that is an owner of that company. And you cannot transact with that business without his knowledge. Yes.
So viewer, if you're watching me, I'm sure you've learned something very important over here. Ukikosana na mtu wako pale kwa kampani yako, you know exactly what to do. You can come at Enolix, watakusaidia hapa na pale. You said your name was?
Brian Omondi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And now Brian Omondi will advise you on all the stages, all the steps to undertake to have this problem solved. So anyway, thank you very much for watching us. Make sure you like this video. Tell us in the comment section if you're loving anything. And also, we're going to talk to someone else on the other side. They have been also in this company, and we're going to talk to them atuambie more about maneno ya company registration. Vipi? Asante. So maybe how do you help clients who have been rejected to face challenges during this NCA registration process? Do you have such people?
Yes.
Having such problems?
Yes, we do. Majorly the applications get rejected because maybe the documents fed therein are really not right. Or rather, the documents you put there can only qualify you for NCA 8, but you wanted NCA 1. So that is why we are here. We'll help you do that documentation and get the approval within 2 to 3 days. NCA works very fast. Within 1 week, within 2 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 week, you have the NCA. Depending on the category that you wanted. If you want NCA 1, it might take longer because they have to do their background check. They need securities, whatnot, and yeah.
So maybe if you are a new contractor, now you hear there are many amazing stories here about your craft, because now these people, I'm told, they don't have so much information, and whatever they are doing is so critical to this nation. So maybe what advice would you maybe give to a contractor new to the industry and maybe unsure about these compliance requirements?
Now, I want to tell you earlier again, there is nobody who is called a contractor. Even a class 1 dropout can register a construction company. Yeah, even so many people call me from the universities that I'm in third year, I'm doing electrical engineering. Am I allowed to register a construction company? Yes. Register a construction company regardless of your level of education, because where there are Miss Road, you'll get a job, and there are engineers working out here. I think even hata yule anatembea pale anaweza kuwa mechanical engineer. So you start for a job, get the job, and then what you cannot handle, outsource or look for engineers, employ technical staff. So anybody can be a contractor as long as you have a company. And for you to have a company, you don't need any qualification that I must have diploma in engineering. No. Just your ID is okay. And then after that, you register NCA. Go out there and look for jobs. You tender, look for the tender links, apply.
And do you help maybe your clients to ensure that they stay compliant with tax regulations in Kenya, and maybe just to ensure that they don't have problems with the government, Mr. Taxman?
If you look at my other laptop, I have almost 400 of my clients, and I've marked the date of returns for their taxes. We are tax agents. So we know when the VAT returns fall due, income tax, rental income tax, TOT, whatnot. So the best thing as a tax consultant, what I can do to my clients is to help them stay within the timelines. In tax terms, on the 20th of every month, ikifika tu saa 6 na dakika 1 usiku, penalty imeenda. Hey, hakuna mtu anaangalia time kama KRA. Ikifika tu saa 6 usiku uja file on the 20th of every month, VAT, what not? A penalty is there. The penalty you have to pay unless they roll back amnesty, which is nowadays not there. Yeah. So timelines and the tax audit. We help our class with tax audit, tax planning. We exhaust a lot of tax avoidance mechanisms. I know you don't know that, but if you give me time, I can explain.
Yes.
So that our clients get the best out of us. Yes.
Now, for example, I'm also told there are so many common tax mistakes that entrepreneurs and business owners usually do. So how do you help them avoid these mistakes? And what are these common tax compliance mistakes? And just even common tax, registration, all these common things they look at as being petty, but it's very serious, but they are common. What are these?
No, the common mistakes that I find around with my clients, primarily it depends on, one, the raw data that they have during any transaction. Maybe the kind of receipts they have and all that. Then two, there's a lot of misinformation about withholding tax. Yeah, you see somebody has withheld tax, or he has engaged in a business where some taxes have been withheld, but they don't know how to file. And then also a bit of finally, I find so many of my clients have even tax obligations that they don't know they have. Like somebody went to a cyber somewhere. The cyber guy put for him a monthly rental income tax. Okay, rental income tax as an obligation. And the guy is just from school. So yeye anaangalianga tu hiyo obligation na anaacha hapo. Lakini KRA wana expect you file returns every month in, month out. So that are the kind of mistakes that but once you give us the job, we take it wholesomely, and we do it right from the first day that you get into your books. Yes.
Now, something you've also mentioned that has come in my mind is you help them to know which tax to avoid. So I've also been hearing something called tax avoidance and tax evasion. One is illegal, highly, extremely illegal. But the other one is very, very nice. You know, very, very, it is even accepted. I even saw in the newspapers that there are big billionaires being exempted to pay tax. Why should someone be exempted to pay tax while they are making money? Big money. Is it, what is this?
No. I want to start by talking about tax evasion and tax avoidance. Tax evasion is illegal. It is just trying to intentionally deny KRA their money. Like you want to underdeclare your income intentionally. Maybe you got income from company A and company B, but you're saying, I'll not declare. So that is called tax evasion. It is illegal, and it is you can be sued for that. We don't do that. What we do is called tax avoidance. Tax avoidance comes with tax planning. We plan for tax, your books. We help you hit the loopholes when it comes to tax filing. We help you hit the loopholes expenses, because we know the kinds of expenses which are allowable and others are not allowable. That is why we went to school, so that we know the loopholes. So we help you hit the loopholes until at the end of the day you pay as minimum as you can. I know tax is our duty to pay tax because the government runs through the taxpayers' money. You see, the government provides roads for us. The government provides health services. The government sustains the entire security sector using our money. So it's so logical to pay tax, but it is also very rational to pay the right amount of tax. Don't engage in tax evasion. Hit on the tax avoidance mechanisms. Yes, that is what I can say.
Now, assuming you have maybe clients who have been involved in these disputes before, or maybe have tax arrears. Or maybe they have tax arrears, disputes with KRA. Maybe they were involved in illegal activities, as you say. How do you help these people? Is there a hope for these people? Because business has to continue. Maybe they did this in their past company and now they wanna open a new company and they be clean. Does it even happen? Does KRA allow you, because you have some disputes in the previous dealings now? What is your fate? How does it go?
Eli, what I can tell you, that has been a challenge. I told you I'm finalizing my master's with Kesra. It is one of the challenges that we put forward. Or largely it comes about because people really fear KRA. When somebody hears the name KRA, they think this is like a police officer or something. But I tell you, people out here have even some areas that they don't know they have, like a penalty. You fail to file returns every month. Maybe you have a VAT obligation and you don't know. So it is not your fault. And KRA is a human being. So what I tell my clients, once you give me your PIN, I run into it, I see where the loopholes. There is nobody as understanding as the KRA. As tax agents, we'll write them a letter, we know where to hit, and then they'll opt for something like a payment plan. Or if there is a way we can do, because some people realize they did some business and they have not paid anything to the government in terms of the principal tax. So I always advise my clients, don't form another company because you have some tax arrears. Talk to us, because the importance of that company lies in its age. That is an experienced company. Come, we sort out the tax issues. Tax is a whole big thing that I don't know, when I try to talk about it, it can take us like even a whole month to discuss even the obligations, be it income tax, and the repercussions, the penalties, the dates of filing. Yeah, but I always encourage anybody, don't run away from that company because you have some tax arrears here and there. Talk to us. Talk to us. You want the tax compliance? You fear you have arrears here and there? We'll advise you on the best way forward. Yes.
You mean that is one platform you can use to actually reach your clientele and beat what you call competition very nicely without you being looking like maybe you're marketing too much, or maybe you're coming out too much, and do you think the people who are older enough and maybe are experienced in the business, they are wasting their time, or maybe they are losing so much by not being on social media?
Now, Eli, I want you to know, you see, when that company over there, the marketing department of any company is more important than any other department. All the other department depends on the sales which have come into the company. And who works around this is the marketing department. There's nothing as excess marketing. Yeah, there's nothing as excess marketing, because you have not reached the whole world. So I want to tell you that when you blend social media marketing and digital marketing with honesty, professionalism, and competence, you will go. Yeah, that's what I can say.
And from the many social media platforms, which one has been your favorite lately? Is it TikTok?
TikTok, bwana.
Why TikTok?
You know, TikTok, even back at home.
Yes.
Kuna jirani yangu alinipigia. Unajua ananiambia I'm called blah blah. Mpaka nikafikiria ama huyu jamaa ameambiwa na babake na nipigia. He's my neighbor home.
Yes.
So nilikuwa nalala nikaona maybe didn't have the number that I have on TikTok. So akaniongelesha. I gave this guy the call to talk to him. Remember the guy you spoke? He's like my son home. So hii kitu ina penetrate hata huko Shago. I think it is a new development which is really it comes in handy. Yeah, it comes in handy.
So the notion that ni watoto wadogo, because I'm seeing a serious business entrepreneur like you dealing with other serious business owners, and you're just using partly TikTok, and your services are good, but the message is getting out there much more better than people who are maybe on Instagram, or maybe who are on maybe these other platforms. So is TikTok something you should tell wazee wawache kusema ni ya watoto, waanze kuuza sera zao, ama utawaambia nini ya wazee? Because I'm telling you the truth, the misinformation out here is so bad.
I know their issue is once maybe they get into TikTok, they see something who is or rather somebody who is scantily dressed, and then they say, this thing is not meant for all people like us. Scroll and go ahead. You will find real consultants like us. You will find real business opportunities there. TikTok, I tell you, has really changed the life of Kenyans. Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Now, how do you identify your target audience so that these are the kinds of people I may need to work with? How do you identify them within the spectrum? Because everyone can be your client, but who are these specific people, and how do you identify that? Wow, do you go to workshops? Do you go to presentations? Do you travel to schools to offer? How do you identify now this is my target audience? Oh my Lord. Is it the problems they are reaching out to you with? Can you talk about it?
Yeah, like recently we got some training with some university out here. They are churning a lot of guys to go and train outside. So they got us on social media and then on TikTok, and then they were like, these things about company registration, we may want these our students, once they land into Canada or even UK, they can register their companies on their own. They can file their returns, because you see KRA returns you can file wherever you are, as long as you can access the internet. So people then majorly look at the keywords like potential investors, potential business owners. Also look at even registered tax guys, people who have tax issues. But generally when you do your marketing, you never know where your client would come from. You can get someone who doesn't even have a company, wants to start from there. You can also get somebody who has conglomerate of companies, and there's an idea that to pump into his head, so he's looking for you. This guy, I've even gone to so many companies where they have serious tax guys and auditors, but the CEO calls me and tells me, Ellie, it's not easy to know anything about tax, anything about audit, anything about BRS, business registration, anything about NCA. for you to be a jack of all trades is really not easy. But I thank God for the trainings that we've attended with them. So we can say we are good all round. We are good all round. We understand all these sectors. That is why we are one-stop shop.
Now,
for you.
Now, I also saw you insisting to talk to people who are called fresh from campus people and government employees. You are using some very, very funny word that they are in their comfort zone. They are really in their comfort zone because you are highly encouraging these people to open their companies. And the opportunities are everywhere, enormous. Please talk about especially these two particular people.
You are there, you have been on employment for years and years. Maybe you work for the government or you work for a private entity. You could be having a specific skill, it could be rare, which is hard to get. But I tell you, if you can have your outfit out here, because so many people think that the government prohibits the civil servants to register their companies. No. Because the government money is just one stream of income. You may want even to have your own investment as you work. You can buy a plot. Where do you want to register all these investments? You want to register them on your name? Register a company. If you cannot put your name in there as a shareholder, put your husband's name or your daughter. Or just be there, then you become a minor shareholder. So that all these other assets register in the name of that company. Because one time, a time will come when you'll have to leave. You'll have to exit that company.
The company car, the company house.
The salary. So you have your retirement benefit. You're just eating it in the house. You don't even know where to go. You have skills. You are working in an agricultural department. You could have done nice farming back home there. But wewe umekula tu mshahara, ukienda nyumbani unasema watu wanateseka, wanalima. Register your company, look for investors to come and help these people so that when you retire, you will be the real deal home there. Yeah, don't sit in your comfort zone. Walimu si ati ukishachukua loan sasa uko discouraged unangangana na no. Register something, run a shop. Run a boutique on side by side. Run some business on the periphery so that when push comes to shove, at least you can say, hey, hii Kenya, si hata minister anafukuzwa tu the following day. Wewe ndio unafikiria wewe
unasema minister, deputy president.
Deputy president anafukuzwa. Sasa wewe uko hapo. Wewe uko hapo unakangana na slip yako. Register your company. Register your company. Use that special skill that you have. Maybe you are employed as a teacher. Use even one of the relatives open a kindergarten. Yeah, people start like that. I know in Kenya now it's very hard to save, but some of these business ventures are really not capital intensive. It's just a click of an idea. You sleep over that idea. When you wake up in the morning, hii kitu nafanya. And you go.
You also said, ulisema pia university students wameshazoea kukula HELB. And now wametoka nje wamezoea kulipa rent ya HELB ya 2,500, 3,000. And now wanakuja nje wanapata kumbe my friend hapa nje si rahisi. So you discouraging them from being employed by opening companies.
Yeah, I really don't like a scenario where you come out of college and then you think there's employment for you out here. Let me tell you my story. The last interview I attended was with the GM, General Motors. I had all my credentials there. Having scored AA in high school, having attained CPA for final, having got a serious second class upper. You know, in the panel, somebody just shouted from the back, where did you go to school? I told him, Masinde Muliro University. You are the people who learn from others' homes, but instead of going to Nairobi. Kasema, what? Masinde Muliro is now somebody's home. So there are people who will throw such kind of insult at you to discourage you. So you'll realize even you have some special skill, but you still think at the back of your mind that lazima ni pata employment kwanza. No, don't go that route. at the last bit of your studies, ensure you have a company, because we charge very fairly and we have very fair rates for youth.
So, Enos, you've talked so many times in your videos, pale TikTok, about AGPO. And I don't know what it means in full. Maybe you can explain to us. But I'm also hearing it is very, very helpful to the people in the society. So, do you help them get it? What is it? And maybe how do you go about it?
AGPO in full is access to the government procurement opportunity. It is a very welcome idea which was brought about by former late President Kibaki to the effect that he believed that women, once a woman, always a woman. Youth, 18 to 34 years, and people living with disability after they attain the license from PWD cannot compete fairly on any tender. Yeah, because maybe they are disadvantaged in a way. Maybe youth cannot have funds, women, a lot of historical injustices. So Kibaki said all the tenders which should be laid out by the government and the government agencies, 30% should be reserved for these people with AGPO. That is why if you see any tender lineup, you realize there's a bit of reservation. They say for youth, for women, or for people with disability. For you to attain, atuna AGPO certificate, for you to attain this, you cannot attain it on an individual, as an individual. You must register a company. Now, if you want AGPO and you have a limited liability company, then the person who brings the AGPO factor must have at least 70% of the shares. Yeah, you are three of you, like me and you and your wife. You want to register a company and you want to go for, maybe your wife is 28 years. With us, I think we are above 35 years. This company can qualify for either youth certificate or women certificate. And Maki, one company can only qualify for one. Okay. One company cannot qualify for youth and the women and who disability. No.
I see.
You have to cancel the other one for you to get another one. So, if I take 10% of the shares, you take 10% of the shares, and the lady takes 80% of the shares. This company can qualify for either youth or women certificate. Youth because the lady is only 28 years. Na kona more than 70%. Women because the lady is a woman. Na kona more than 70%. Those are the key decisions that I help my clients to arrive at when they want to decide on the shareholding of the company. Hakuna haja register kampuni, alafu the following day unakuja, can you shake off some shares here because you want to attain AGPO? It is very costly. Yeah, it is very, very, very costly.
So you did it from the onset.
From the onset. If you want to be
during registration.
But if you have also an old company where you want to attain AGPO with it, you can bring it. We'll help you change the shares here and there. We'll shake the shares and drive the shares towards youth or women. We'll advise.
Okay.
But it's something that is disturbing people out here. Yeah, and then if it is a business name, you only attach your tax compliance and the business registration certificate and clear copy of your ID. Whether you are youth, you'll get it. You are a woman, you'll get it. You are a PWD, you might attach that certificate. Siku hizi sio license, it's a certificate. And then you get the AGPO. The only advantage that I want to tell youth over this, register this company with the AGPO. Wacha hiyo kampuni ikae tu hapo. Spread the good word about your company that niko na kampuni iko na AGPO. One time, nasikia tu hata MC anakupigia. Ulisema ile kampuni yako iko na AGPO. Kuna opportunity imetokezea hapa. Leta. You'll remember me one time.
Now, Enos, I've just heard you talk about business name and a company. And I've just remembered also you've been warning us for a very long time to stop transacting in our business, in our normal ID names and open companies. What are the disadvantages, of me operating in my own ID name or maybe my own PIN?
Okay, there are many types of companies or other businesses you can register. But I want to talk about two. Private limited liability company and an enterprise, or rather business name. I want to start with the business name. Business name is whereby you just write to the register of companies that I want to trade in the name of this. So you and that name is one thing. So business name is the liability is not limited. You do business here with me, and you attach your business name, and maybe you fail to honor some of the financial obligations, I can come and confiscate your personal assets.
So that is what it means, liability, not...
It is not a separate legal entity. Your liability is not limited to the effect that you and the company is one. When you get incapacitated, the company also gets incapacitated. It dies off. When you die, fortunately, the company also dies. When you become bankrupt, that your company also becomes bankrupt, and then it dies. So the only advantage of business name is that it's cheap. It's cheap to register, but it has all other aspects of disadvantages. So that is why I always advise people, you can attain a private limited liability company in two ways. One, you can convert that business name that you have to a private limited liability company. We only need your ID, then we do it, we convert it. So if the company is called XYZ Enterprises, you just add the word limited. So it will be XYZ Enterprises Limited. To that effect, we'll give you all the documents for a private limited liability company.
Yes.
Now, the second one is a private limited liability company. You can register it straight. It has enormous advantages. One, the key one is it is a separate legal entity. What does this mean? A company can even stand in a court of law. Yeah, you can have an advocate, a lawyer over there, and then the magistrate says, I want to talk to, who is XYZ Limited? Can you talk? Meaning it is a separate legal entity. It is held as just like a fellow human being. It can enter into contracts. It can own a property. It can even stand in a court of law. And then two, your liability is limited. Yeah, when the company runs into headwinds with even KRA, or you have issues with your financial obligations, I cannot come and confiscate your personal assets. It's not allowed because it is a separate legal entity. Also, if you look at a business name, even at the face of it, it is written that I certify that XYZ is doing business under the name of XYZ Enterprises. So it has really exposed you because at the face value of it, somebody can just tell who owns this company. Ataona tu ni wewe. And then a limited liability company, it's hard to know the owners of the company. In company law, there's something called corporation veil, where you're only allowed to see the company on its face value of it. You are not allowed to know who are the owners of the company. The opposite is called lifting of the corporation veil. It can only be done by a court of law. A court order is the one. So naonanga hata kulikuwa na issues hapa mingi ile ya the direct line. Where somebody changed the shareholder, blah, blah, blah. Nobody is allowed to produce the owners of a limited liability company unless it is a court of law. It's a court order to the share house. Yeah, that is when you will be exposed. That is when people will know, this guy is the one who owns this company here and there. And then also, what I want to tell you about a limited liability company, whether you die, whether all of you dies, your beneficiaries will take up the company because it is a separate legal entity. All these companies, you see, like we had real tycoons in Kenya who died even over 50 years ago, and their companies are still running. Meaning, after the death, before the death, they appointed a trustee who manages the company on behalf of their beneficiaries. Yeah. So, what I want to tell you again is this. When you want to trade with a business name, my company maybe is called Kenya Limited. I'll give you a job to do me a consultancy services. Because I'm a religious, I file my returns religiously, and I honor my tax obligations. I will ask you, charge me VAT, bring me an invoice with VAT, and then also bring me e-teams invoice. ile pin yako uliregister ukitaka help university, itabidi umeactivate VAT, utabidi umeactivate e-teams. Once you activate VAT on your pin, unajua utafile returns month in month out. Hata upate biashara once in 5 years, we will expect you to file your returns month in month out. If you fail, 10,000 penalty. 1 year 120k clean money to KRA. So you realize it is a bit hectic, and if you obey the regulations of KRA, they can even block your PIN. They can even suspend your PIN. You know, if your PIN is suspended, one, you cannot even register a company in Kenya. How will you open the bank account? Because they go there, they verify your PIN. Wanaona let a PIN yako, hii si PIN. You cannot register any other company also in Kenya. You cannot open bank account. So why can't you carry all these baggages to a limited liability company? Activate VAT on the company. Activate e-teams on the company. If KRA blocks that PIN of that company, uko na PIN yako hapa, you can register another company as well. So that aspect is also very important.
So can I open, for example, if I have just a business name, can I go have a till number and maybe even have a bank account whereby I can transact? For example, my business is called XYZY, for example.
Yes.
And I haven't gotten the company itself, but I've registered the business name. Can I go and get the till? And am I not considered a business person?
In terms of that line, business name is just the same as a limited liability company. You can open bank account. Once you register business name, you can head to the bank, open bank account in the name of the company, get a checkbook in the name of that business name. Yeah, go for till number in the name of that business name.
Even if it's not a company yet.
Business name, an enterprise, yes, you can. Yeah.
So if you're just joining us right now, we are talking about tax, company registration, and you're talking with an expert who has vast experience in these things. He has also mentioned something very important, which is foreign investment. Now, I want him to dive into it. Basically, atuambie, where do you start? If I'm a Kenyan living in the US and maybe I've never stepped my foot in Kenya, do I qualify for foreign investment? Ama vipi Enos?
Okay, Eli, that's right. What I can tell you is this. One thing you have to acknowledge, there are so many Kenyans even here, they have potential foreign investors and they don't know where to start. So you realize somebody who has a potential partner, but the partner only has a passport. And that is where I come in. We have a lot of, we've been having a lot of back and forth with some banks, and we are reaching some agreement with some other banks like Equity. DTB, we know what they require. Now, ultimately, any foreigner would want to open bank account in Kenya.
Yes.
Now, I want to advise somebody who is watching me probably from a foreign country.
Talk to him there.
I want to address somebody who is really watching me probably from a foreign country and is not a Kenyan, and you want to come and really invest in Kenya, because largely Kenya has a lot of lucrative opportunities spanning from real estate, oil and gas, mining. Like I've helped so many Kenyans register mining companies, and they do real mining. So they also want to organize themselves. So a foreigner may want to come and tap into that mineral exploration, oil and gas, FMCG, horticultural, farming, blah, blah. So I want to tell you that where the road meets the road, when you come to Kenya, you'd want to open a bank account in Kenya. Because you may register a company in Kenya and you'll not be able to open bank account. Any foreigner coming into Kenya, whether you are coming as class G, investor, or any other class, an employee or something, the core thing, to go to one, you must acquire KRA PIN. That is when you'll be allowed to open bank account. At Enolix, we give foreigners KRA PIN just on a passport, because we are registered tax agents. Once you acquire the KRA PIN, then you have to tag along a Kenyan when registering this company, so that you give them at least 10%. So you can give them anything ranging from 11% of the shares. You can have 89% of the shares, but give a Kenyan partner at least 11%. We are talking about so you to have that ease in opening the bank account. So once you do this, I'll give you a company within 2 to 3 days, fully registered company. Also, some foreigners may want to register a foreign company. You have a company running over there, maybe in the UK, and you want to register a sister company here in Kenya. We can register you the same name here in Kenya, just on your passport. But first of all, the first thing you have to do is to acquire KRA PIN on your passport. Look for a Kenyan partner. Give them 11%. Go ahead. Once you open the bank account, you can be sole signatory. It's not like when you appoint a Kenyan to be a partner, then it will be a one-man show, like the Kenyan will be running the account like a one-man show. No. When you go to the bank, you can appoint signatory. Just say, this is my partner, but I'll be signatory. Or you activate online banking. You can transfer money even from England, from UK, and all that. So any foreigner who wants to come to Kenya, like now there's oil and gas in Kenya. It's a lucrative aspect of investment in Kenya. And then real estate, very lucrative. And then people also have a lot of interest in mining. So you are a Kenyan. Before you acquire, you are a foreigner, before you acquire a work permit, ensure you have KRA PIN and you have your company. Then I will guide you on which class you fall on when it comes to work permit. It ranges from class A to class H. Yeah, but foreigners come through class G, and I know all the requirements. Yeah, like if you want to come in as an investor in Kenya, the key things is you pay a non-refundable fee of 10K Kenya shillings. Then you must show the immigration guys that from the foreign country you can transfer 100,000 USD.
USD?
Yeah, which is an equivalent of around 11 million Kenya shillings to Kenyan bank. It's not that you pay them, but you show that at least you are coming in as an investor, you have something. It's not that it goes to the government. Once you run that statement, you just withdraw that statement. And then now the other things, like you must be seen to be having an appointment letter showing that you want to offer a unique service which cannot be offered by an ordinary Kenyan. Like you are an expert in horticulture. Like you want to open maybe a bachua, like the Kiamaiko thing. Yeah, so that is what happens. Yeah, so once you do that, we'll really help you to tap this investment in Kenya. Once you come to Kenya, we'll help you establish an office. Like I've helped so many foreign investors to establish office here in Westlands, in Kilimani, even to look for staff and all that. And then we also go ahead and help you seek this aspect of tax exemption. We'll help you register with the special economic zone or export processing zone, so that it has a lot of benefits, a lot of tax benefits.
So, if I may kindly ask, what are some of the main must requirements that someone who's referred to as a foreigner? First of all, as you maybe you will explain to us who's referred to as a foreigner, who qualifies to be called a foreigner. But I want you to tell me the main requirements. Is it a passport only you need for you to start transacting, or maybe the process of company registration? And who's referred to as a foreigner? Is it a Kenyan who's maybe has a dual citizenship, or maybe someone just from any other country coming in Kenya for the very first time, and now maybe they want to do and now that dual citizen Kenyan, do they come in as a Kenyan or a foreign investor? Yes.
Now, in terms of dual citizenship, when you are in Kenya, once you have an ID, you are a Kenyan. So when we're registering a company in Kenya, we don't care about your other citizenship on the other part of the world. But now a foreigner is somebody who does not have a Kenyan ID. You can be having alien ID, then we call you a resident. But then also, once you have alien ID, meaning, okay, ordinarily when you come to Kenya on our passport, you are expected to acquire work permit, and then you acquire alien ID. Once you acquire alien ID, you can enjoy the other services that Kenyans enjoy. You can go to eCitizen, you can get PIN and all that. So a foreigner is somebody who wants to maybe invest on a passport. He only has passport from his home country. Yeah.
As we finish off, I want you to talk to I want you to look in the camera and tell someone who's maybe a foreigner or maybe someone who's with dual citizenship in other countries and they're fearing to come back to Kenya, and you can help them, especially the foreigner and the dual citizen person in other countries, but he's a Kenyan. How do you help them? Because some of them, maybe you may be having a dual citizenship but hauna idea Kenya uko Argentina. You know, you've never stepped in Kenya. Your mother is Kenyan, your father maybe is Kenyan. You know, so how do you help these people in a nutshell, quickly?
You are a foreigner, maybe you are in your home country and you want to come invest in Kenya. Come to Enolix. One, I'll give you KRA pin on your passport within a day. I'll give you tax compliance and KRA pin within a day. I'll give you a company fully registered, KRA pin, tax compliance, certificate of incorporation, CR12, memorandum and the articles within 2 to 3 days. So meaning, if you are a potential serious investor in Kenya, then the moment you land into Kenya, because we also help even the foreign investors who come to Kenya on issues visa, even process for them visa, residency permit, we can extend, because we have experts on that. So once I get you a company, now you can register, we can go and open a bank account in Kenya, because we'll be having everything. You have your KRA pin, your personal tax pin, your personal tax compliance, you have a full registered company, the company has KRA pin, the company has KRA tax compliance. That is what is required for you to invest in Kenya. Talk to me. I've helped so many foreigners by the way. They didn't believe, because we've been in the field for quite some time, so we understand them so well. Yeah.
So maybe I want to finish off with maybe saying a parting shot from you. But before I leave, if you're just joining me right now, we've been talking to Enolix Consultant CEO, and he's been telling us where you can start your company registration, what are some of the importance, foreign investment, construction, NCA, and all contractors, how they can be helped, and so many other things. So make sure you like this video, comment pale chini, tuambie where you're watching us from. What problems are you having? He's gonna look at these problems and he's gonna give you feedback. Also, he's gonna tell you the last word. For example, how much it costs maybe to register a company. Maybe he's gonna give you his number, and maybe you're gonna be talking to also his assistants. But first of all, parting shot, how much does it cost to open a company? Where are you located, and how can someone find you? Quickly, because you said also you can help people pole mashinani.
Now you are there, probably you are a Kenyan and you want to invest, you don't know where to start. You want some financial advisory services and investment advisory services. At Enolix, first of all, we'll help you register a company within 2 to 3 days. We don't charge anything upfront. Our main aim is for you to own that company. Once you own that company, it's when we'll advise you on how you can tap on the tenders which are being flouted around by the government, the national government, the county governments, and the private entities. We'll help you anything about company profile, tax. We are the gurus in tax. We understand tax so well. We'll help you to do company logo, company letterhead. We'll help you in all that. You are a foreigner, you want to come invest in Kenya, this is the place to be. We are located in Kipro Center, Sports Road, next to Parklands Baptist Church. We are in 4th floor. Our number is on the bio. Call us anytime. The number is 0724 054 486. 0724 054 486. Thank you.
Now, one thing I want you to leave us with. So I want you to tell me, who's your favorite celebrity in Kenya? Is it Eric Omondi? Is it who? And that one that you want to help, maybe hajafungua kampuni, maybe you see them, maybe they have a company. There's a way you can work with them. Who's your favorite celebrity? Is it is it Jarango? Who is it?
No, I've been in Kenya for quite some time.
Yes.
So for some of us to choose on a celebrity, we must look at the quality that you offer. Yeah, and my most admirable guy is Honorable Didmas Barasa. Go to Bungoma, that guy is turning life there. Yeah, and I've known him for quite some time, over 10 years. Okay. Yeah, he's my guy. The guy does it as he says it. Yeah, he's a hands-on guy. So he's my celebrity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So most of your clients, what are some of your clients lately? What have the different types of clients you've been attracting lately? Are they new company owners? Are they Mujengo guys? What are some of the people you encounter most during your work?
You see, the kind of information that I've sold out there, anybody in this country, hata yule mtu wa bodaboda, akona some skill, and then he's been wondering, how can I implement this skill? And time is really running. Everybody in this country has some kind of an idea that he feels if he implements it, then can really help him bring food home.
Yes.
So I've really talked to the youth. Youth are coming because youth thought registering a company is a very complicated thing. Youth thought responding to the tenders, either from the national government or the county government or the private entities, is a tall order. So I try really to simplify these things for them. I've talked to watu wa Mjengo, and that really touched them. The video really went viral.
Yes.
Because some of them are our brothers back home.
Yes.
You see, somebody has been building for the last 15 years. He's just there. He only has his ID number, ID copy. But you see now, like a building like that, he's doing that building up to the rooftop. But then he doesn't even have any papers. He has the skill, but he doesn't even have a company. You know what I told them? Even if your employer puts you there to help him build that building as a foreman, have your company. Work with your business card. Your employer may not be there tomorrow, but then the owner of the building will try and say, Oscar is the one who built this building. And Oscar also left a business card. Because such a building cannot be built on by a client who does not have a company.
Yes.
You cannot build that building as Enos or as Evans.
You can't.
It must be a company. That guy will look for you because you left your business card there and he saw what you are doing there. Or he can be building another branch elsewhere, and then he tells you, this one, hii ingine nakupea, so cost they reduce kidogo. That is the way people should go. People are doing welding out here. Now, you want to do welding. Ultimately, you will want to supply companies and even schools. And there's this thing called e-teams. Companies will want you to invoice them using e-teams. Now, if you're operating in your name, how will that even school give you that job? Because the school will ask you, please, we want e-teams invoice. Kazi umefanya ndio umemaliza, but will not pay you. We want e-teams invoice. E-teams invoice, you cannot, it's not advisable to even activate your PIN on e-teams.
Your personal name.
Your personal PIN on e-teams. Others will tell you when you are invoicing us, bring VAT invoice. That's a whole different kind of story. So that is why I approach or employ upon even the youth to register their companies and have those things in place so that you can do business big time.
You have kind of highlighted some of the challenges you may be experiencing when you're trying to register companies for these individuals. What are some of these challenges, if I may kindly ask, if you can highlight them maybe clearly? Because people out here are trying to register their businesses, but the common challenges that entrepreneurs face during company registration, this is something that is unmatched. And you have to solve these problems. They are new in the industry and they want solutions. So what are some of them and how have you been going about it?
The only first challenge I can talk about is the misinformation people have about tax. I want to register my company, but KRS watanikula. That's a whole distorted information. And then people also don't really know that one person can register a company in Kenya. So somebody is telling you, I don't believe, let me just wait for somebody so that we partner, then we register. a company. People also bring me issues here about shareholding. Like now I have a company here that is already being approved. And then the guys are saying, no, that other guy has said he doesn't want to be in that company. So don't proceed or else we'll not pay you. No, our services we do first is when you, we don't charge anything up front. You only charge the government fee. So people are really not sure about shareholding. How can shareholding be done? And what are the factors which really determine the kind of shareholding or structure which people can have? So there's a lot of misinformation about company registration. Kuna mwingine alinipigia akaniuliza, so sitaona chief nyumbani.
Kwa nini sasa chief anaingilia wapi tena?
I don't know. This guy, I laughed my whole...
Oh, he has the notion that you have to, that chief has to sign somewhere.
When you want to register a company. And then he's a guy who comes from my backyard. So I just laughed and I told him, Bana, can you send me your ID? You know, the guy got a company within 2 days. He's very happy. He's saying, Bana, we need to come to Nairobi. I'm telling them, no. Enolix is everywhere. You don't need to come to where we are. Just share the information that we want. 2 or 3 days, you'll be done.
Since you've said something like 2 days, can you please break down for me the process you use to make company registration easier for your clients? You know, because 2 days is amazing. You know, even me, I may be, wow, I want to get a new company. Enolix says it only takes 2 days. That's amazing. How do you go about it?
I told you about our vast experience we have in the field, and we also attend a lot of trainings with the government agencies like BRS and even KRA. We are tax agents. Brand there is a tax agent, and even NCA. We attend this training. So what we do majorly is proper documentation. Let me tell you, some of these things can even last you for 6 months because of improper documentation. Una submit correction. Una submit correction. Una submit, but with us we know how to do it. So that once we submit and then we pay the government fee, 2 days, you have your company. At most 3 days, you have your company. Tax compliance, CR12, certificate of incorporation, memorandum and the articles, and the KRA pin. From then you can jump to the next bank and open a bank account.
So what does someone need to open to register a company?
Or largely, it is looked at in 2 phases. One, if you are a Kenyan, automatically you have a Kenyan ID. Through KNBS, your document, or rather your information is already on eCitizen. So I just need your ID number, the 2 or 3 proposed names of the company, postal address of the company, which is really not important, and the physical address of the company, which really does not need to be factual, but you have to tick the box. And also you must have, if you are more than one of you, just share your ID numbers and tell me the share proportions. And then also I need passport size photos. If you give me that, I'll do my documentation immediately. I'll share with you memorandum and the articles. I have staff here. They just do it within 10 minutes. They share with you the memorandum and the articles. If it is a limited liability company, you go through it. If it's okay, they submit. And then they upload. They prompt your number. You pay the government fee. You let us do the job. Within 2 to 3 days, complete company. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So you mean if I needed maybe a construction company, or maybe I'm someone who's maybe selling shoes or so, maybe, and I want to operate in not mambo ya gikomba type of kind of business, na kaniwe legit, it only take me 2 days. Are there any other requirements, for example, kama mtu aniga construction company, ama maybe could you highlight some of those? Yes.
Yeah, any company can be a construction company. Where the road meets the road, do you have NCA license? You cannot do any construction if you're not licensed by the NCA. NCA is the government agency that controls, that regulates anything construction, be it electrical works, mechanical works, building works, water works, road works. There are 5 subcategories. So once you have any company, then you go ahead and register for NCA. Unaweza jenga barabara huko nyumbani Ushago. Unaweza jenga like with waterworks, you can do boreholes, ponds, wells and all that. Roadworks, you do roadworks. Building works, you can do building. Mechanical works, you can work in lifts, you can do the lifts. You can do interior design. All that fall under mechanical work. Electrical work is about electrical cabling, installations and all that. So once you have any company, even if the company is called XYZ Real Estate Company Limited, you can do construction with it. What do? Register with NCA. They don't look at the name, they only look at the qualification.
I see.
Yeah. Just like if you want to do security jobs, your company does not have to read XYZ Security Company Limited. No. But even in the objectives of that company, you must put that I want to offer guarding and security services, which means the company will proceed for vetting. Once your company goes for vetting, it is a fully fledged security company. Then you go ahead and register with the PSRA. Yeah, private sector security plan.
Now, you seem to have highlighted some of the misconceptions people are trying to maybe deal with when registering a company. For example, personally, I never knew you can register a company as an individual. I always knew we can be a group of 10, 15. Then I saw a video of you on social media. You are cautioning us that be very careful who you open your company with. So, you know, even your wife can, do that thing for you, character development. And even seeing right now. So what are some of these misconceptions you deal with during company registration, and you may need to actually highlight them?
Yeah, first of all, it starts from the kind of name that you want to register. Like me, I'm called Enolix. I'm Enos. My wife is called Lillian. I formed the company over 10 years ago, 12 years ago. So you see, there was that kind of love. Name does not have anything. Where there means there is the shareholding. Yeah, that is what you really have to be keen on. Don't meet somebody at the bar as your friends, then you come register a company as group. As always told you, Ellie, I have files here. 80% of the companies that have registered for people who are more than 10 in that company don't go anywhere. Yeah, utapata mtu kama walikuwa kwa bar jana wakatukiana, mtu akamwambia hata kwa kampuni bwana wewe utoangi kitu. Jamaa anasema sit attend meetings. When you are 10 of you and all of you are shareholders, when one person fails even to contribute in terms of being in the company, in terms of even allowing even himself to go to the bank and withdraw money, you cannot also remove him from the company by force.
He holds you hostage.
Which lawyer will allow to stamp an affidavit, a fake one? Because if I want to remove you from a company by force, I may stamp affidavit on your behalf. But then it may go through, yes. But when you realize, you just go to Sharia house and then you say, this was my company. I was also a shareholder here. How was I removed? When heads begin to roll. Heads begin to roll. They look at which lawyer stamped this affidavit. 2, the most likely beneficiaries of this ouster are who? The remaining shareholders. People go to court out here and they charge you, people are being charged even 500k. Ask even him.
So you can never remove me in a company without me agreeing to step.
Unless we have done a criminal offense, which is there even before court of law, and then we meet as a company, we do minutes, and then we approach an advocate to oster you out of the company. But ordinarily, you cannot. Better leave that company alone. Go form another one. Yeah, go form another one, because you will always be living in fear. When this guy realizes that umemtoa kwa kampuni kama hajui, you will be his cash cow. He will milk you because it is forgery. And there's nothing as bad as forging government documents. 200,000, 500,000.
That's interesting, huh?
Yeah, don't try.
Very, very interesting.
Don't try.
So even my own wife, I love her, or maybe my girlfriend, because I've seen a very serious case flying around. I can't name names over here, but they own a traveling agency, I guess. And now you saw those things, and now the lady says, "Oh my Lord, I'm now in charge." And now I'm now in charge. You don't want anyone. And now the guy is now like, I formed the company with so and so. And now this becomes to be funny, So you mean I can't even trust my own wife? She has to consent, or she can take my company?
Actually, those are my potential clients. If you see them, tell them to come look for me. Let me tell you, Ellie. In such a scenario, the wife is a hardliner. The husband is also a hardliner. And I heard the husband saying like they did shares half. Nobody amongst them will agree to sign a resignation letter. And most likely, banks are also very clear out here. Banks have seen the hula baloos they have on social media here and there. Banks have also put a caveat that these guys can only withdraw money once they sort out their issues. Because bank can be sued. So the only thing those guys can do is to agree somebody to take up the assets, even 90% of the assets, and come out of the company. Because if they disagree and they are both shareholders, that company cannot go anywhere. Or they form a third party to maybe a lawyer or a trustee to run for them the company and distribute the profits to them. But all in all, business does not need a lot of acrimony, a lot of catcalls here and there, a lot of disagreements here and there. Even if they appoint somebody to run for them the company, it may not survive for long. I would implore upon them, for the sake of business, what people want out here is money and health. They have health, they have money. Because I was saying the other day, walikuwa Mali, wana swim kwa ocean. That is what people want. People should actually eat humble pie, and they should come down and talk for the sake of the business. Yeah, they can even be somehow they don't talk, but business is running. Yeah.
I see.
So before you put, even if it is your wife, before you put somebody as shareholder in the company, be very keen. I don't advise people to put their wives as shareholders. Register 2 companies. Let your wife have her own company. Wewe pia kuwa na yako. So that biashara, ukipata biashara yake unamwagia pesa, ikitoka anakupea. So when push comes to shove one time, sawa, wacha tu tutaonana. Lakini holding somebody hostage and money is in the account to the effect that you cannot go and withdraw money from that account, a death wish. That is why you find people kill one another out, because pesa imekwama kwa account na watoto hawaendi shule.
And it is serious money.
Serious monies. We are talking about serious monies. So even before, I hope before they disagreed, they realize that, so that they really know how to withdraw money from the bank. Maybe they are both of them are signatories, where they have to sign both of them. Or either of them. They can say A can sign or B can sign, or just one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, but what they can do, another thing, if there's money in the account, then they can sign checks. I sign for you check, I give you even 10 checks.
I see.
So we agree every week you are withdrawing 1 million.
I see.
I also withdraw 1 million. So that at the end of the day, we dissolve this company once we are done with the assets.
I see.
It's a complicated thing.
Wow, it's never an easy road on this streets of business. Now, how do you handle unique client needs, such as maybe registering NGOs or maybe special organizations? Do you do such registrations?
Yes, we do. Majorly we do foundations, which more or less operate like an NGO. We handle it and we tell them the reality. Like now I have 3 foundations and 2 security companies running here. They're on vetting. So what I tell them, these companies go for vetting. Vetting means that after I submit the registration, then immediately you'll get the name reserved. But then it proceeds for vetting. The NIS wants to really vet you, watch you, and see do you have any criminal history? Vetting takes like 2 to 3 months. Yeah, because they have to really screen you. Because like it came about because the other day NGOs were thought to be financing Al-Shabaab or something. So they want to see, are you a good Kenyan? Are you a patriotic Kenyan who wants to build Kenya, or you want to bring external aggression here and there? Yeah, so I tell them that. So the specialized kind of decision are foundation, NGO, security company, and the other registration like a hospital where you have to touch your license. Yeah, but I tell them the whole thing.
Okay.
As long as I beat my timelines and I tell you this is what is required. Yeah.
Dear viewer, I'm so thankful that you've been watching us from the start of the episode to this very, very end. And I'm so happy also you've learned so many things about taxation, about opening a new company, about things to do with NCA, and so many other things. If you are a contractor, someone mwenye ako kwa mjengo, someone who's just trying to make money, make wealth. Or also, if you are a couple, you are a husband, a wife, and you've been wondering where to go to get the right advice, Enos will help you. Enolix Consultants, they are located in Westlands. You can always find them, and they are amazing people. I've not been paid to do this, but one thing I can tell you is that namjua kutoka kitambo kutoka shule. Sasa if that can give that to you, najua itakuwa poa sana. So thank you very much. If you're seeing us for the very, very first time, make sure you like this video, and also tell us in the comment section what are some of the things you'll want us to teach you more. Enolix will reach out to you, atangalia zile comments, atafurahia sana, and atakufikia. Thank you very much. Our host has been Elkins, your marketing guy, and our videographer has been Periton Dawayao. Ama vipi. Thank you very much for True Publicity Kenya. Bye bye.